Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Balls Breakdown with Matthew and Mike. And today, we got the Grizzlies up with us.
Huh? All right, guys.
One not so grizzly as the other one, mate.
Yeah.
All the way from Birch Grove, we got Luke and Ollie Haddon. I'm right. Have I got that last night? I'm useless with names. Like my age and them, I get bloody useless. And we're all clashing. I thought he might have wore his full bias top, but he didn't. He didn't wear his grizzly one, but his...
Yeah, he's got his grizzly one on.
Oh, he got his grizzly one underneath. Cool. Hey, it's nice and clashing, isn't it?
Yeah.
These tops.
Similar, isn't
very similar, very nice.
Same colours, isn't it?
Smart. Yeah. So, boys, thanks for coming on the podcast. And we spoke about this some months back, didn't we, Luke? We were talking. And the reason I think for me we asked you on was we started getting involved in short mat a little bit and doing some more podcasts with the short mat guys. And I was looking on Facebook and it really struck out some of the stuff that you were doing down there in Birch Grove, trying to spice the game up a little bit for the youngsters and everything else that was going on.
Trying to make it a little bit more appealing for people, really, innit?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, with short mat and that, at the moment, the rules and regs really say you've got to have, like, for example, and we use fenders and blocks, innit?
Yeah.
And normally they've got to be white or, like, a wooden colour. But obviously, we went a little bit different, and I thought just spice up a little bit, and we went for black, and then we obviously put our names on it, and just sort of like put our logos on it, and the fenders have actually got lights in them as well, then just to make it a little bit more appealing for people, really.
I'm going to be careful with them now because we got a video on him, and I'm just wondering whether them videos are they video ones as well?
These are, yeah.
Are they good?
Oh, amazing.
Let's go back. Let's rewind because we always start our podcast in a certain way, and we flew off at the rail end, didn't I?
It's not a podcast unless you go off in a different direction at some point. But
so we start obviously bowl short mat.
Yeah.
Luke, where did it start for you, buddy?
Oh, blinking heck! I was in school, so my grandfather started the club up.
Yeah.
I think he started about 40 years ago now. Me and my brother are always around it growing up, Ben.
A short mat now.
Short mat.
Yeah.
And then basically I started playing when I was about 7 or 8, so which is about 30 years ago now. So and just been knocked on it ever since, really.
You said 30, keep you under that 40 age group.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Only just look at him laughing. Laughing bit. Yeah, so grandfather to blame then.
Yeah, massively. Yeah. He basically got us hooked on him, me and my brother, and like basically we've obviously played and he's pushed us. He created something pretty good down there as well with it. Like we had 3 teams playing out there at one point, over 50 odd members, like. Yeah, so and really successful as a club as well, then. Yeah.
Is that club still going?
Yeah, the club's still going, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But they've dwindled down now to only the one team at the moment.
Right, okay.
So, but yeah, it's gone. That's where it all started.
Okay,
basically.
so 7 for you starting.
Yeah.
Competitively, when did that sort of come around for you?
8, 9.
Right.
I weren't long hanging around.
No?
Obviously, grandfather wanted us in the side sort of thing.
Yeah.
Chuck us in a deep end.
Yeah.
Sort of like play. I think that's the beauty of short mat as well, a little bit, where it's because obviously it's a short distance. Like obviously younger kids can actually play it and actually start like competing in games and stuff.
Yeah. It's not as long as well, is it?
No. So and the game, like obviously the game normally goes on roughly league games about 15 ends, so it's about roughly hour and a half. Yeah. So obviously that sort of helps it then.
Yeah.
As in like I was young, my brother was young playing it, and then obviously we were playing competitively from a young age as well then. Yeah. Which is no better way really.
So I don't know how short mat actually works. Is the counties then, innit? Yeah, you go into county levels,
county level as well. And,
so that come along pretty quick, I suppose.
I think I was about 10, 11.
Really?
I brought in the county side, So leading sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's where it started.
Yeah. I suppose it's a bit like anyway in bowls, short mat, long mat or outdoor. You everybody gets stuck in. Get in there, boy.
Just get in there, have a feel for it. It's nothing better than competing in games.
Yeah. And then obviously county. When did Welsh come along for you?
Welsh, well, I broke into I think it was the Welsh A Series side when I was 13 then.
Okay.
And then 2 years in the A Series, and then got into the first team of 15 then.
Wow. So, Who's the best, you or your brother?
Oh, I'd say my brother.
Yeah?
I always say him because obviously we've always pushed each other growing up,
Yeah.
like sort of thing. And he's always got a world title over me as well, so it's always like...
Right, okay.
It's,
So you mentioned that now. So let's.
Yeah,
so obviously, how many times you've represented Wales? Quite a few times.
Yeah, quite a few times. I think it was, well, from 5th, obviously the A series, and then in the first team from about 15 up until I think it was 2020 roughly. I think was the last time I played, just pre-COVID.
Okay.
I think, and then I haven't really gone back into it.
Right.
As of yet.
Okay.
And I wonder why.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop there. We're gonna stop you there.
Yeah.
Nice to say we'll come back to your brother. Obviously, world title for your brother.
Yeah.
Have you got one of them yet?
No,
Not yet.
Second a couple of times.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that. When did this young man come along then? How old is he? Well, I'll ask you. How old are you now, boy?
I say he's sitting right
15
next to
now.
you.
15 now.
Yeah.
And when did you start then? What's your earliest recollection of
I've
bowl?
always been playing bowls like on and off since I was like 3 or 4,
3 or 4. Yeah.
I've always been,
having
like,
a little go on him.
practicing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But properly started I think 2 seasons ago now, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 seasons ago.
And we were lucky enough. Matthew, we went down and we live streamed the England and Wales under 21s at Carmarthen, and you played.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. And we could see why you got on the under 21s at such a young age. Yeah.
Thank you.
And Wales did really well. Me and you sat down. Look, we had a good chat down there about different things, but Wales are really starting to come and shot mad, aren't they?
Spot on, yeah. Yeah, it's really good. We've got a really good bunch of youngsters coming through at the moment.
Okay, so Ollie, that's great with you. And then obviously we got to mention him, innit? Because the little one with you, what's his name? Arlo.
Yeah.
Arlo. If anybody's in short mat, they'll all know your brother, won't they? Because he's always there. I've seen videos of him. You do the video in live streaming for the Grizzlies, and I've seen him practicing down there and bowling them like that, or touches to the jack. And how old is he now?
He's 4.
4. And you know, that's brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, he loves it.
Okay.
He absolutely loves it, doesn't he?
So obviously for you, big influence in getting involved with bowls was Dad, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our start and what have you. But I got so much I could sit here tonight for a long time.
Yeah.
Because we did sit in Carmarthen for a long time,
we
didn't we?
did, we had a good chat.
So, short mat bowls. How do you see it? Where this come from and where it's developing to look?
Well, obviously, it's like as the years have gone on, it was building up quite nicely, and obviously, I think COVID impacted the sport. I think not just short mat, but outdoor as well.
Yeah.
And indoor a bit, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But it had a big impact on short mat, 'cause obviously everything was a little bit closer. Whereas like in indoor and outdoor, obviously you've got the bigger distances from each other, so it's easier to space, isn't it? So I think after COVID, especially in our league, it sort of like dwindled a little bit. But obviously, like since over the last few years, it's sort of like slowly starting to creep back up the numbers, which is great to see. So it's going really well at the moment, I think. But I think obviously still a lot more that can be done to progress it.
I think there's always people's got, and it's only opinions, isn't it? People have their own opinion and a different opinion. It's never a personal thing. It's about the opinion about developing the game.
Yeah.
But you, and the reason, as I said in the beginning, why I asked you to come on was that you're quite forward thinking. You're looking at, and let's look at the Grizzlies in itself.
Yeah.
Where do the Grizzlies and sort of fit in, the Birch Grove fit into the leagues? If you can explain the sort of the leagues across Wales, how they maybe sit in at the moment.
Yeah, so I think, like, again, numbers wise, it's like we got about 9 teams in our league at the moment. And then hopefully we're going to be looking to, I know there's one team that wants to look to join us this season now, come in. So try and bump the numbers up to 10. But yeah, we're doing right. Obviously, it's only our second year up and running now as Birch Grove's Grizzlies. Well, no, it's not even the full year yet, is it? No, not even the full year yet. But obviously, so quite a new side then.
August, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, August last year, yeah. So it's nearly come up to a year now where we've been up and running. So obviously, we've got a long way to go to establish as a team, like. But obviously, we've come on quite quick over the last year.
Yeah.
Got a nice young side, like.
Yeah, and I do like the stuff that you're doing. You know, you're doing a lot of the live streaming of your matches. you're doing a lot of what I would call the sexy stuff, the overlays on your OBS. You're trying to brighten it up.
What's your thing with the word sexy today? You said it twice now.
Have I?
2 different podcasts for some reason.
Yeah. But I like the word, and there's nothing wrong with that word. I look in the mirror and I think that's sexy. Like, you know, that's the way I look at it. You know,
Matthew blushing, mate.
Well, he can't do the same thing. That's the problem. But it's making, you know,
Again,
just a simple thing.
Appealing, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, there's a little block in the centre of your short mat. Instead of it being standard white, you made it black. You put your logo on it. You put some stuff on the walls.
It's making it flashy for a younger audience.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's the reality. You look at any kid these days, they probably watch more YouTube than they do any other thing on TV, right? And on all you see on YouTube, like, people just putting these flashy, fancy, different transitions and overlays and all these different things. And I think kids nowadays, especially, you know, your 10 to 15-year-olds, resonate a little bit more with that. So
just
if you're
trying to catch your eye, innit?
Yeah, and you know, it's making it look cool when it may not be as cool. You know what I mean? Like,
kids don't see it as something cool, don't they?
No.
It gets labelled as the old person.
Yeah, it is.
But if it's on, if it's like I said, if it starts getting on YouTube. Pardon me. Starts getting on YouTube. It starts having this kind of this flair to it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, kids are gonna go, actually, like, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll give it a go.
What's the thoughts of your mates in school, Lonnie, about you playing short mat? Do they have any thoughts, or don't you mention it a lot, or?
I do mention, like, when I played for county and stuff like that, and the 21s Wales, I did say and stuff, and they like, it's half and half opinions. And some of them do think like, why would you play that for? It's a bit of an old man sport and stuff like that. But a lot of them are quite supportive as well at the same time. So
yeah, and you know, everybody chooses their own sport. And I always go back to the adage. I can't remember who the guest was on we had, and they said it's not often you can say to a youngster or a youngster going to school and say the next day, well, actually, I played with the world champion.
Against the world champion.
Or against the world champion, or you know, and it's the same certainly for people who would, like, I think it was Billy Flynn. I think might have been, because playing with John Price indoors in Port Talbot and what have you, and he's been on telly, he's been in Potters, he's been and you go to school and you say, well, I play football here, but who do you play against? Or we played against the local, whatever team, and
Milkman. That's true.
You know, or was there any Welsh internationals playing? Well, you play with these many Welsh internationals, and
obviously the higher level I got when I was in school, because obviously I was quite young being young from playing, isn't it? It's like, obviously it's easy to break the ice when you say that, like, when you say, I play balls, like, I play balls, and you say, but I represent my country and stuff, or whatever, or county, they kind of go, oh wow, that's actually, that's really good. Like,
it's like, you know, you walk into school and you go, say you were 15 or 16 and you're playing for Welsh full team and you're winning series and stuff, and you're walking in and you're like, well, I've got medals to prove that I'm not actually good at this. And people, when you're good at something, people don't really tend to, they kind of second guess themselves. If it's something they don't know or unsure of, they just kind of go, actually, he's actually really good at this. I can't really say much because he's better than me at something. They get kind of almost self-conscious then, you know.
So the setup across Wales for short mat is obviously breaking into counties. So your county is West Glamorgan.
Yeah.
What other counties down? Obviously Pembroke. Pembrokeshire have got a count.
So you got West Glam.
Yeah.
Swansea. So we're nice and close.
Yeah.
Nice bit of rivalry when we play, like. Yeah. Which is nice. Carmarthen, Pembroke, Cardigan, Montgomery, Brecon and Radnorshire, Wrexham. That's it. But like Clwyd used to be in it.
Yeah.
Clwyd.
It seems to be that once you've got sort of past the Neath area east, it sort of dies a little bit,
like,
doesn't it?
I would love to, like, obviously bigger picture of things, like, I'd love to help out and try and progress the game to come like this way, obviously up towards Bridgend and maybe Cardiff, like, because surely there's bound to be someone who's like, oh, that looks a bit interesting, and maybe just try and, like, just even if, like, obviously the short mat's only 45 foot.
Yeah.
The biggest problems you've got in I would have thought in, like, your Cardiff area, and even with us, is you don't really have any sports halls anymore around here, do you?
Well, it's not so much as community halls, really, isn't it? You know, you don't need a big... No. How many mats do you realistically need to start up by?
2 in it, 2.
Is that's the really what you need, is it?
When we play league format, then so like we got a 10-man league at the moment in our county. So we played triples first half, and then so it's 2 games obviously. So 2 mats go down, triples first half, pairs second half, and then obviously you get 2 points per game, and then like a bonus 2-point overall shots then.
Okay.
Sort of thing. So it's a little bit different scored for like the outdoor and stuff as well. So yeah, but so you only really need, that's if you wanted to compete in leagues and stuff as well.
Yeah.
That's the ideal, is to have 2. If you can have more, great.
Right.
If you only got room for the one,
and you know, if you're a little village or smaller town, you know, you could, and you're lucky enough to have a school that's got a, you could look up schools, you know, or primary schools even, you know. So there is opportunities, but it does seem to sort of
church halls, stuff like that.
Yeah,
as well.
your community centres or your church halls will probably your schools, primary schools, you'll be hard to get into.
Yeah.
I'd have thought there'd be some form of
like rule or something, and
rules and stuff for people to come in out of the blue and go into a primary
caretaker
school.
sort of thing.
I mean?
Caretaker runs it, something. That's the only one.
Yeah.
I think with the schools,
You've got to be so careful to have a 2
Yeah.
mats, short mat team into a school, primary school anyway.
I think you could. I think you could take, like, ideally for the sport to grow. I think like there's a couple of targeting places.
Well, schools should have mats.
I think even if comps have got it.
Yeah.
Because comps will have like halls that are big enough to have it. So I think you could bring it into. I know England do quite a bit of this.
Yeah.
But like obviously, in primary schools or even secondary schools, even if you try and bring it into like a PE sort of situation where you can play, because obviously all sort of like able kids can sort of play it as well, and if that makes sense.
Well, actually, within the school curriculum now, bowls is part of GCSE.
Yeah.
Now, when they say bowls, why that surely's got to cover short mat bowls as well.
Yeah.
I tried asking that with my school, but it weren't in the curriculum for my school.
When was that?
Last year.
I'm almost.
Well, we had it. Well, we had a young girl who did the same thing with their school, and they turned it down for it because there was not enough people doing it. Yet when I did it for golf, they said fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and they didn't have the facilities, and like you just gotta. All I had to do was go and take a bunch of videos, explain a bunch of stuff on video, and then put it into a PowerPoint and send it in. And then they just did it from.
Anybody out there who works in the education field there and knows about that, because I'm almost sure it's in the Welsh curriculum now.
It is in the Welsh curriculum, but it doesn't mean schools are going to say yes to it. That's the problem. And the problem you've got with a lot of schools is they're going less and less towards your unconventional sports because they just find that it's
easy to go rugby and football.
Yeah, you know, or even like I know Bryntig, they've got tennis courts, they've got hockey now. They're big into hockey,
but they will all have big gyms.
Yeah. Which are big enough to get a short mat in.
Or two.
It could easily be done.
And we've said this openly in previous podcasts. I've said openly, calling all those. If every short mat club who's getting rid of an old mat puts it into a, I said primary school, how many or secondary school? How many youngsters are we now starting to play balls now? If they give them a comprehensive school 2 mats, say in Swansea's a couple of the clubs got together in the county and said, look, we can scrounge out 4 mats, that's 2 in that school, 2 in that school. All of a sudden, you can have the 2 schools playing a competition against each other. I'm going to start the first year, and then from that, you've just developed, don't you? You know, summer comes out in the summer. They can either come to clubs and play summer short mat, or they can go and play bowls outdoor. It doesn't really matter, you know.
Just getting people into the game, innit?
Yeah.
As like a whole, I think that's important. I think that's where short mat can be like a bit of it's maybe easier to get people to introduce them to bowls, whereas like obviously with outdoor,
short
I
mat's
think it's
the way
difficult
forward.
to take. Like obviously outdoor, what are you going to do? Take bowls and a couple of foot mats. You can't take a green to the school canoe.
Short mat is the perfect bowls format to be putting into schools, because every school, probably bar 1 or 2, will have enough room to have 1 mat. And all you need then is someone to just literally know how to hold a bowl, how to stand on a mat, and how to deliver it, and that's all you need. The rest is you know, they try it for a couple of weeks, or 3 sessions in PE, and then they go, oh, I actually like this, and then all of a sudden they go, well, you know, I know someone who's in bowls, let me contact them, see if you can go down and have a game and see what it's like. They'll teach you a lot more about it.
Yeah, of course.
Crack on.
But even if, like, say now, if we used to give, like you say, give mats out if we had spare mats, and then say to the school, look, these are the clubs in this area, that area, you could give out all the teams in the area, so it don't have to be they got to go to this club.
No, and I'm like that. It is about wherever they live closest to.
Of course,
go to that club.
Or even whoever's the county rep or secretary of the county emails the schools of all of the clubs with their kind of their chairman or their person who runs a club with an email address or a phone number or whatever if they agree to it. They've got the contact details for a club then that they're close to.
The thing is as well, like I guess you guys spoke about it before, like obviously if the kid wants to go to a bowls club then the parent only takes them, or the grandparent will take them. So you could end up picking up a couple of extras
2, 3, 4.
As well.
You could. And that's good for, you know, it's not only good for the sport and as in getting youngsters into the sport, because that's what we need. We need more of Ollies and the little ones coming through. But you know, health wise for older people. You know, mobility, health-wise, social. Having some company once or twice a week where they got, you know, they might be on their own living.
You say that, but I will go back to that under-21s game they had against England. How many matches did you guys fill?
A lot.
Yeah. I generally believe at under-21 level, there's more kids playing short mat than there is playing full mat that we know of in there.
That'd be an interesting one.
Because you played, and there was a few that were on reserve, weren't they? They were sitting on the side. What was it, like 22, 21, 22?
Yeah, something like that.
Under 21-year-olds?
Yeah.
And that wasn't all of them, obviously. You know, there's quite a few. It was that's just the standard in which the under 21s took.
Yeah.
Like you're probably, I wouldn't be far from saying there's probably at least 40 under 21-year-olds in Wales, that, if not more than that.
Yeah.
I don't think I could name 40 under 21.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I just think that the opportunity to giving children and youngsters mats and being able to play the game, they can go on and play whatever type of bowls they want.
Well, they can play all three.
Yeah, they can. And my favourite person to go to now is Sean O'Neill. You know, Sean O'Neill is the prime, isn't she? Have you ever played short mat against Sean?
Right, I haven't played against Shauna, but she's been about for years. So her father, Ryan O'Neill, plays.
Yeah.
And Jan, I'm not sure whether he's played much international recently, but he's like one of the first guys to complete the full set, basically, of like singles, doubles, triples, and fours in the British Isles setup. And he's top player.
Yeah.
And Shauna's a top player. I'm fed up, if I'm honest, of saying congratulations, because she just every time I seem to go on Facebook and every competition, she just seems to be winning.
Well, she recently, I think it was the threes or the fours in the British Isles.
Yeah.
They won the short mat, and then you know
they've done the same
next month. This month now.
Just gone.
Commonwealth Games.
Yeah. Didn't they win something on
Commonwealth Games in July?
Yeah, but it's the
third. Yeah, this is tomorrow. Yeah, next month then.
I was going to say, it's not.
All right. He's always like this. He always picks on me on. You give him a punch, but
I gotta make sure he's not losing his mind tonight. But Commonwealth. But she also played up in
Scotland
last week in the British, and won gold in the. So you know she's going to play. But she's not won the British Isles short match. She's won the gold in the British Isles singles, female outdoor. Singles.
And then she's going to play Commonwealth
on an indoor surface.
Did she win the triples as well?
I don't think
she win the triples.
In what now? The
British Isles just gone.
I don't know. I think. Oh, did she? I don't know. She competed in the triples.
Yeah.
No, because I don't know if they're playing.
No, she didn't.
No,
I think she only played the.
Yeah, I think that Ireland and Wales are only playing indoors at the moment, and England they're not playing outdoors. So, but I think she probably had this, allowed to because she was playing in the singles. So,
but it's good though. It's like obviously, like you said, then they're going back to playing all the three different formats. Like
it's phenomenal
success playing in all three. Like,
and you can choose when and how you want to play each sport, because obviously short mat you can do all year round.
Yeah. If
you just want to stick to short mat. If you wanted to do outdoor, you could do outdoor with short mat, because short mat's busiest time is usually indoors period. And if you want to play indoor, and not at the high level, and you want to split it between shortman and indoor, you can also do that as well, because it's usually you've got a bit of freedom to just play on a Saturday, because it's not, you don't have league games on a Saturday. They're usually midweek.
Yeah, midweek mostly. In evening. I think that's the beauty with short mat as well. Obviously, like I know, like I played a bit of outdoor years ago, and like it takes up so much time. And if you want to progress and do well, you've got to like be playing all the time, every evening, entering all the competitions. Yeah, so so you could be playing a hell of a lot. Whereas, and like say Saturday game will take up to like 3 to 4 hours of a Saturday afternoon, and like obviously me now having like say the young kids now, and like, young family, I think it's difficult for people like myself then to actually commit to win that. Whereas like
weekends are your family time.
Yeah, of course, and then sort of short mat can be played like obviously in the evening, the league games we practice in the evenings, and then obviously play the odd competition on weekends, depending on how far you want to get in short mat as well. And
you know,
and
we have all the open days and stuff on the weekends, don't you? So you can actually, like you said, with that, there's a bit more friendly, a bit more fun, and I love a good open day. They're brilliant. But you can take your family with you, and they're not really going to distract too many people, because everyone's there just to have a bit of a laugh and have a good time.
We talk about Sean, and I forget we talked about the British Isles last week, and of course there was two short matters there in the Welsh team.
Yeah, Nick is it?
Nick Evans and Andrew Flem a short matter?
Not sure. No, I think so.
Okay, but obviously Nick obviously. Short matter, big into short matter.
Arguably one of the best, if not the best Welsh player at the moment.
Yeah, he's up there. Yeah, definitely.
And going back to the Commonwealth Games, I suppose when we were down in command, we were talking, and Adwell Morgan mentioned that there's possibility that short mat are going to do some sort of demonstration to the Commonwealth Games committee up in Glasgow.
Yeah, it'd be good if they could do that.
So, whether that's something that the Commonwealth Games are looking at, short mat coming into...
Well, I don't see why not, because it's like, again, it's one of those, a slightly sort of like quicker game then, as in like the distance.
Like, but you can play, in the outdoor-indoor setting, you're playing at max, you got 12 matches.
Yeah.
Well, short mat, you can play up to probably 25 matches on a rink, with all the mats, but no. And you could literally play over probably 3 days, 4 days short mat. Yeah, it's a lot to do in 4 days, but they're playing the singles and pairs over a week.
Yeah,
and that's a lot.
With
group stages into knockout and whatever, but it's easily done.
I think it can be done, definitely.
Easily done.
So I'm going to come back to Wally a little bit now, because we're all chatting away there, and he's sitting there nodding his head. And you've only just played short mat. You haven't had a thought of dabbling on outdoor or anything else. You're just going to stick to your short mat,
I've got busy weekends with football stuff like that. So
oh, you're still doing your football? Yeah, that's fine.
So
is this for you now? The off season, the summer as such.
Well, yeah and no, 'cause we've already started pre-season, so I'm still in and out of football, but mainly bowls or something like.
Yeah, and what about the main season for short mat? Does that start now in the winter towards the end of the year?
Yeah.
The main competitions.
Like counties at the start of the year.
Yeah, it's September now, so the season be starting, I think, second week September. So obviously it's the tail end of the outdoor, so and we sort of start then kick off.
And what are you aiming for this year, young man?
To win either singles, doubles, triples, or fours, and the county.
So win the singles.
Singles, double. You mean nationals?
Yeah, nationals.
Nationals. So win the national singles.
Doubles, triples, all fours.
All four or just one?
Well, all four won't be bad.
Is that and what? Just because again, is that under 18 level, under 25, under 21, or not, or just
everyone?
So everyone. Basically, they don't in short mat. They only do nationals basically for singles, doubles, triples, and fours.
Okay.
It's like all.
So who's you're obviously in the singles? You're just going to be yourself, innit?
Yeah.
In the pairs, who's you going to be a partner in the pairs?
Wow, I'm opening him.
You open, if
he's open,
he's open you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your doubles. Who's your triples then?
Not sure for now.
Yeah, it's not sure. It's me and you, and we're not sure yet.
Somewhere else.
Okay, one other. Don't have to.
Maybe Sean, innit?
Yeah, maybe Sean.
good chance to be short.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a bad. That's not a bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not a bad triple.
And force.
I think it's going to be me, you, Mark, and Lee.
Mark
Mark
Richards,
Richards and Lee
Okay.
Daniels.
Okay.
Lee Daniels.
Yeah, you know Lee Daniels.
Mm.
Oh,
Plays for Harlequins. Is it outdoor? Just gone up.
That's
from
Laura's,
Pond Event.
yeah.
Laura,
Laura's,
yeah.
Well, Laura started off with us, see?
Yeah.
Yeah. When she first started playing bowls, she played short mat.
Yeah.
And she played in Skewing and that.
World Indoor Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's class.
Yeah.
She's class to short mat as well. Oh, unbelievable player.
yeah, she's a very good bowler.
and-
As well
and-
as she plays in
Port
Talbot
Talbot
indoor with
plays,
us.
Yeah,
So
of course. She's
Mm.
class.
I played against her a few times on an evening league, and
So
Like a robot, like, innit?
yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
obviously under 21s,
Mhm.
got to be in keep that going now, innit? You know, you're in now, so no reason why you wouldn't be in again.
Yeah. Be skipping, hopefully.
Ooh, look at
That's
him.
right.
Oh, you're,
Yeah,
Dad, you're in
yeah,
the
you're
pairs.
it.
That's
In the
that's
pairs, you're
plan,
leading,
yeah.
Dad, is it? In the pairs, you're leading. Give him all the hard shots to play.
Yeah.
Yeah? I like his
That's
style.
what
I
I'm
like
planning
this
on
man's
doing.
style. And then, what about A-Series? Is that something that you're
Yeah.
looking
Looking-
for?
Be looking to go fly this year,
Good man.
hopefully.
Good man.
Be in it, but
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah, it's you know, and then it's one of those interesting ones for the A series and the men, obviously the main team, because obviously for short mat there's a mix, isn't there?
Yeah.
Women can also play in
Yeah,
that
of course, yeah.
in that as well, even though the men and women have their own British Isles teams, right?
No, the women's have their own,
The women's
but
have their own.
then the men's then is
Yeah.
basically the mix.
Yeah, because obviously Liz being
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
obviously in the
she's,
full team.
Yeah.
She's very good. She one of the first ever game I played for Llansamlet was against Liz in triples,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they whooped us. She's very good at bowls.
Yeah, she's
So,
good at this.
what about for you then, buddy? What's your plans? Are you obviously you've been out of the fold a little bit.
Taxi service.
You got the
Yeah,
well
yeah.
taxi
Just
service
running
and
around and carry his bowls bag for everything, innit?
young Arlo now. He's getting to a stage that he looks after himself. He just runs around.
Obviously, like, obviously I'd like to do more personally, but the bigger picture for me is looking to help progress people around me. It's not like obviously Ollie, obviously the youngsters, they're the little youngsters, but obviously boys around me who are hungry for it and wanna prove a point and want that chance, and I just wanna try and help and support them and push them as much as I can. Really, that's I think I get more of a kick out of that than I would like obviously getting back into myself. And
Yeah.
like obviously I'd like to try and get a world championship one day, and like
Yeah.
that's eluded me a little bit, but I think I get more of a buzz out of the boys progressing and seeing them coming on.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
I like to see youngsters, and that leads me on nicely, because obviously when we spoke at not at Carmarthen and the 21s, but we also spoke in Llansamlet at their competition there.
Yeah.
About what you're doing at Birch Grove Grizzlies. Yeah. Your age range is phenomenal.
We got quite well.
You're the old man, aren't you?
Yeah,
really?
I'm one of the old men, really, and I'm only 37, right?
Yeah.
But I think our average age in the club is 23, and we got about 18 members at the moment. And like, I think there's not many clubs out there that have got that sort
You're
of
not counting Arlo in that, though, you?
Yes, got to count.
Well, he's a member.
isn't he?
He's a member.
Well,
and he plays.
that means the average age is about 12.
12. No. we got one chap, Keith. He's a nice guy. He's I think it's his 80th birthday now next month.
Yeah.
Evens out.
But
One
yeah,
on
it
each side.
evens out, so it's like one on each side. But yeah, so our average age is 23, which when I looked at my first setup, I thought, oh wow, that's pretty impressive. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So where's the club going with you then? What's 23? I know that a couple of the guys got A series last year, didn't they?
Yeah, Lee and Mark got into the A series. Sean didn't, which to me was a big shock.
Yeah.
Really, really big shock, because I thought he'd done more than enough to deserve that spot. Like, but so obviously, like the aim is, I'd love to get as many of our players into the Welsh setup as possible. Obviously, it's a lot of competition for that.
Yeah.
but obviously it's something to aim at. And what's great is having such a young side is obviously, and this is something that I had growing up, and when I first started playing, was obviously I had the likes of Laura, Lee, Steve Williams, my brother, and then we had a core of other youngsters then around us that were constantly sort of pushing each other and trying to I was always I gotta be better than them, I gotta be better than them. So obviously it pushes you, and that's kind of the feeling I'm getting now with the Birchgrove Grizzlies sort of team. Is we got a lot of people who are hungry and looking to compete with each other to progress then as one, if that makes sense.
I equate it to something I was involved in with a group of youngsters, and you've got to find that the youngsters all want to be together from that group. If you've got somebody who thinks, I'm a little bit away, I'm not going to bother because I've achieved something already. Not so that, and maybe they need to be involved in them, because these other youngsters working together are going to come through quicker.
Oh yeah, much quicker.
Much quicker. And so everybody at a club needs to stick together, and you build that competitive attitude. And a winning attitude. And when you start doing that, success breeds success without shadow of a doubt,
It's more to it than that as well. And it's one of those things where the more you, even if you are, say you're the standout successor of a club, and you think you're 4 or 5 tiers above the next person, which is possible, you still stay in there with them and helping them out. You find new things about your own game, how you teach someone, and then you think, well, I'm actually teaching this person something that I don't quite do myself, and I'm thinking, and I'm not feeling comfortable. Why don't I try that? You kind of, you're looking at bowls from a different perspective. Then you're looking at how you would do something from a different perspective, and it'll just kind of almost clicks with you. If you go to someone, if you're struggling with this, try this. If you're struggling with that, try that, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I struggled with that too. Why did I find, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I fixed it now, and it just makes it so much easier to kind of look within yourself when you're looking at other people.
And that's what I liked. I think when we've had them conversations before the podcast, is your view of how you want to take the club forward, how you're trying to develop the younger players and give back something to the sport
and stuff as well with our county. And obviously I'm the team manager in the county as well now. I've been for the last 3 years, and for me it's I want people who are hungry, want to progress, and obviously we got Ewan Preston, for example, from Cumberland. He's some player he is. I know he's been on,
we've done a rise. We identified you when we asked about and he was.
Well, there was a lot of people that said you weren't.
And I'm sure there'll be another young person coming in the near future.
But again, because in the same league but not on the same side, obviously gives that little bit of extra competitiveness. Obviously, Ollie looks at you and thinks, "Oh, I wouldn't mind being as good as him and else," sort of thing. But obviously, got in his Ewan's club as well. They got Martin Harris, who runs his club, has done a fantastic job as well. Taking bowls to the schools, getting them in, and basically he's had a quality youngsters going through there as well, like Kieran Evans and little Cleanne Llewellyn. She got a world title. It's another one.
Yeah,
she's class, absolute class.
And it's you know what, it's hard work, isn't it? Doing what you do, keeping on that club, trying to keep it running, trying to develop it, trying to do that, having a family, young children as well. It all takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
a lot of nights by the computer.
Yeah, of course. but obviously, I think when you've got a passion for something, obviously,
it doesn't feel.
Yeah, it don't feel like you were working hard then, sort of thing. You get on with it, and the hours fly by sometimes.
This man fixes the world when he's on that computer when it comes to bowls. Checking into chat GBT, and he's down there for about 4 or 5 hours. Next thing you know, it's on Facebook, and you're just like, where the hell did this come from?
But so the club and Welsh short mat. If you had a chance to change it, and I know it's only a point of view, How might you change
Get
it?
him in trouble.
And again, we always say...
Get me in trouble. I'm out of the centre.
So we always say, if you don't want to answer the question, it's fine. You haven't got to answer the question. But it's not a thing. It's just how you might develop things. It's a personal opinion. That's all.
Right. From me, I feel the structure needs to change a bit.
Okay.
In as regards to the Welsh side then. So if I was at the moment we've got like 4 selectors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel there's a lot of like conflict of opinion then on Welsh selection.
Mm-hmm.
But also it's like I don't like there's a lack of like communication as well. So I get, like, for me, the way I would do it then is I'd have one person in charge, give them like a 2-year contract, whatever. If they have success or meet certain targets, they're allowed to extend an extra year, right? And then he has 2 advisors of his choice. So it's not, so it's not, they will have similar views. His or her, yeah, it doesn't matter either or. And then, but I think what could be important as well then is that even though those 3 in charge, I feel that they should communicate with like team managers from each county. Say once a month, just have like, right, I want input who's playing well in the county.
Yeah.
Whatever. So obviously it's kind of like scouts then sort of thing.
Yeah.
That are out and about, because obviously they're not going to see people playing consistently regular enough and sort of thing. And I feel like a lot of the team has been picked recently on like nationals performances, because obviously like Wales have been fantastic. Right?
Yeah.
Like I've heard you guys talking about them on the podcast and
very good.
how well they've done in tournaments over like say the World Championships and the British Championship. Like, so individually as a country, we do fantastic because of. But I think the missing link at the moment is like obviously when you get picked to play for Wales, you're playing in a 16 in a team event, and we just seem to fall short of it all the time. But I think a lot of that is because you're picking the team.
It seems to be seconds a lot, you know.
Yeah. But it just seems, there's a lot of seconds. We've come close so many times. It's just like just trying to knock it over. And at the moment, it's just, I think we're picking a side from nationals. It doesn't get looked at enough at county. Like.
Can I just say that because I know that Welsh lawn bowls are going very much down that line that you've just talked about. So I've talked to when we start with Steve Jackson and Steve's thing, they've now obviously, and I know Jamie Brown has come in from the academy, does the academy. He links with Chris Ashman and Anwyn Button on the selection for that side of things, and then he now is asking the county under 25 team managers. So he liaises with them.
Yeah, of course.
So that's a sort of a structure.
Yeah, which is great for the kids, but it's not for over 25 years.
Not for, but however, that's a structure that's good. It's a similar structure to what you're talking about.
The thing is as well, see, Mike, is obviously at the moment with the 4 selectors, it's difficult that if you need a change, right? If you need a change, say the Welsh have been struggling last few years. If you needed a change, you've got to try and change 4 people, and it's a big commitment. Like I've done it in the past when all he was younger, like, and you'd be in, you'd go to the trial in a day, and then say finishing around 5. But then you won't pick the team till like 9, 10 o'clock at night. You're all there chatting, but you're all of different opinion. You're all sort of like conflicting.
You've all got someone that you really want in the team because they you like them, or you like the way they play, and and you're right. And we spoke to Mikey and Andrew. Yeah. And they said the same thing. They was like the teams that have the success at the moment are the teams that have one person in charge. They pick the team, they get what they want, they do their thing. And they crack on with it. Yeah,
you may have. I think what people worry about though is obviously if that one person comes in, they're gonna choose all their buddies or whatever. Yeah. But that can still happen now. It can. I'm not saying it has happened, but it can still happen now. Like,
it doesn't matter how many people you've got picking a team. There's always going to be people who have difference of opinion and the way that. But we also saw it with outdoor when Rob Wheel, he team managed under 25s during COVID, took 3 rinks out to Ireland.
Won the series,
and it was he got given full reign. Got given full reign. Go play. Go, and he was told them all. This is how we're playing. This is my way of playing. This is how you play.
Yeah, that's the thing. You like with win. One person as well, and you can have a bit of a style or game plan. Yeah, so you turn up, say, right, we're going to play a little bit aggressive.
Yeah.
And you sort of got that. But also with the one person in charge, give them a 2-year contract, maybe extended to a 3rd. But then you can change it if needs. If it's struggling, not being successful after 2 years, it's easier for someone to go, oh, I'll do it.
It's a bit like football, really, isn't it? Like, well, no, it's different football. Like, you don't see a football team, say, Man United, with 4 main managers, do you?
No.
You have the one guy, is his plan, and you has, like, his little minions around him, say, giving him ideas.
It's
and
any sport.
what he can
Look
help
at
and change
any
it.
sport. Look at golf. Ryder Cup. Ryder Cup comes around. You've got one main captain, and you've got 4 vice captains, and all buy into that main captain's philosophy.
Yeah.
But it's that one person makes the picks. There's no Team Europe committee that picks the picks away from the captain or from the team manager. No. Every sport you look at, that team manager or that captain of that team, whoever they may be, is having the full say in everything that they do. I like, and it only seems like bowls is kind of the only one that I doesn't do it.
Yeah, I personally think it needs a change. It's something drastically needs a change. I think with the short mat side of it.
Yeah.
Where I think
it
seems a bit stagnant. It does. Like,
well,
the results seem to be like, oh yeah, second, third.
Yeah.
And like, we're not really. We've come very close. Come really close so many times, and it's just like that little bit. But again,
it's that one or two games that just seem to kind of come back to haunt Wales. Like I started getting into short mat probably just over a year ago now, probably a year and a couple of months ago. And obviously, I've now watched a couple of times where they've been to British Isles or they've been to the Worlds and all that stuff, and it just seems like they play really good, and then for 2 games they just kind of seem to show a bit of signs of cracking, and then by the time that they're back on form and they've got to say beat England or Ireland to actually jump that spot, they said it just falls that touch short at the last hurdle, and it looks like they can do it earlier.
It's going to be interesting. I mentioned earlier on about maybe the Commonwealth Games are going to look at the demo of short mat. If short mat did manage to squeeze into Commonwealth Games, because a lot of the funding in Wales is all based around success, isn't it? In medals. So it would be interesting because, as in Wales in short mat, we've got some really good players.
Some class.
And if they were to be successful, that would add some more needed funding probably into the short mat.
Yeah, of course.
But the big thing for me is funding isn't going to give you better results.
It can give you it allows you to do more things in a better structure and different things. It's like if you've got to travel to a tournament on the morning of a tournament rather than you can go up the night before and you can stay because
you've still got to change that structure. That's the reality of it. It don't matter how much money you bring in. If someone's not willing to change that structure isn't changing. Money helps grow the game, which means that you'll have more people hopefully start playing, and then your pool gets that little bit bigger. Hopefully then that creates more competition for your better players. Yes, but it won't change the structure of
I think it'll allow to do a lot of things. We've had podcasts.
But I don't think you should be going the day before if you're not play. You play if you most of the time they go up the day before they practice. Anyway, under 18s do.
Yeah, I'm talking about short math. I don't know what under 21s, if they play in England, do they travel on the morning or do they go up the night before?
Obviously, Ollie didn't go up last. Last time because he only got in this year, innit? But I'm not sure. No, normally, like when I've gone away to play with Wales, you just rock up. You have like a couple of tri-lens on the morning of the competition, a couple of tri-lens and that's it, sort of thing, and away to go.
But you've also got to look at it as in a way that. Okay, so like I said, if you've got someone who's playing who has got a young family, they might not be able to go the day before.
I appreciate that, but again, it's we talked to Izzy Pim about the different things about under 25s and having psychologists, having nutritionists, having different things.
That helps.
Now, funding for that would help, wouldn't it? In itself.
But most of them will probably be volunteer anyway, unless England will probably have the money to be able to hire a better thing. But you look at Wales, even Ireland probably is starting to do it with volunteer work. You can do it effectively still with volunteers.
Yeah, we could, but again, I think it's about having a good structure as well. And you're right.
Yeah, and I don't think funding creates a better structure. I think it gives you more freedom, but the structure's got to change from the government.
I think they probably go hand in hand into an extent, and there's a little bit of both on all of it.
Of course.
You know, it's just like anything. It's like, you know, we talked about kit and how teams look when they go onto a green or onto a rink or whatever. You know, if a team's kit is Wales with the Welsh shirt.
I got a question for you guys, and if you know, if you're playing for Wales in outdoor, do you, even if it's under 25 levels, do you pay for your own shirt?
No.
I'm short man, you got to pay for your own shirt. I put it forward, obviously, to go towards the Welsh. About, I think anyone who represents a country,
I totally agree with them.
should never have to pay. Like maybe if you want a spare shirt.
Do they? I think they, after the first one, they've got to pay, didn't they?
I think maybe if you need a spare one, I think
they've got to pay for any extra.
But I think
extras have you got to pay, but if
top,
you only get one, and if yours is ripped, then you've got to give it back to get another one.
But you can't keep the top.
You got to give it back.
You got to give it back.
You got to give it back. You can't keep it.
No, that's mad.
No, if you use it, you've got to keep it. Well, I don't know that.
You've got to give it back.
But in short, man, basically you've got to pay for it.
So,
which I understand. It is sucks. It does suck. So small things like that suck, and I think obviously funding helps with stuff like that.
But it's funding there to cover it.
You would have thought so, yeah.
Because when you think about it, you're not having like maybe the under 21s, right? You may
This is
have
what I'm saying,
more
like,
new shirts you have to buy.
Yeah.
But obviously, like no, for like say the A series and the first team, generally, if you were to have new players, it's only going to be like a handful.
Yeah.
And this is where you kind of come to the question then is, where does that funding deserve to go, right? Like, you know, make sure that everyone gets a shirt.
Yeah.
No charge. You get picked to play for Wales
Yeah.
we're picking you. You get a shirt,
Yeah.
or do we spend it on an extra night, staying at a place to have that extra? You know, you're never going to get enough money to cover everything. That's the problem
I understand that.
But for me, kit is you go on. You know, we talked about this. The British Isles just gone up in Scotland outdoor.
Yeah.
Scotland brand new kit. Yeah. England got their new kit. Wales got the Welsh tops, and all the Welsh players are wearing different type of shorts because we've not got a standard kit short, you know.
Course, yeah.
And I just think it's a huge part of being part of the team ethos, looking the part, feeling the part, going on there, and all of that, and I that's just my belief. You know, as a team, you travel together, you travel kit, you.
Well, apparently the Welsh boys had to find, when is it? I spoke to some of the boys, and they've had to find, I think, is it the British Isles coming up, or was it?
It's the Welsh in.
Was it the world?
Yeah.
Or I think no, maybe this British Isles coming up. No, sorry. Yeah, this British Isles coming up. I think they've been told they're going to find their own way of getting it.
Yeah.
Which it's like, again, you talk about that team spirit. Like I've gone away to play for Wales. I think we travelled to Belgium one year to the World Championships on a bus, all the way to Belgium.
Yeah.
Long as hell. But
that
we had, we gained from it.
Totally
it was absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
Right, young man. You've been quiet for a bit too long now. So, first year, obviously, playing for that under-21s team against England.
Yeah.
Who in that team were you most impressed with?
Apart from yourself now.
You can't say me, though, because that ball I put down right at the end with your wood was front toucher, was brilliant. No, go on. Who was out of the Welsh team, who do you think the people I gotta make sure that I'm sticking with?
Obviously A1.
Yeah.
I think he's amazing. Obviously, I want to be like him. Well, be better than him. But I was impressed with Reece. I think I played pairs with him tonight.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever seen him play, I think. And I enjoy playing with him.
Yeah.
He's a good player. Obviously, like players like Abby.
Yeah.
She was really good. But I played against her in the league and stuff, so don't know, can't think of anyone else really.
Callum wasn't too bad either, was he?
Callum. Callum's always, he's another one I kind of got to beat at our club. We've got a few with them at our club now, and you got obviously Leo coming through as well.
Yeah.
Obviously he's going to be probably want to be better than me and Callum.
So
it's another like push. Just loads of us coming through like that.
And that's healthy. That's really healthy.
And the good thing about that, and I think what makes, especially you look at Welsh sports, it's the same I think in Welsh bowls, is you have that rivalry outside of the Welsh team, but as soon as you get into that Welsh team together, you're like, you know, thick as thieves. Like, especially at that age, when you're when you're younger, a lot younger, and you, like I said, you're bowling against them, or they're mates of yours through the sport, and you practice with them, and you play against them, and all this stuff, and then when you're on that mat for your clubs, just like, I want to beat you to no hell and back, and then as soon as you put that shirt on, that Welsh shirt on, it's like, you know, I'm back. We're back to being best mates again. You know, if we die together, type thing, and it's nice to see. And I think you don't get a lot of that outside of Wales all that often.
Like, another thing I think is really good about bowls, like I said, like, people trying to compete with each other and trying to be better than each other. It's like, for instance, when I play football, all I'm trying to do is be better than the players my age.
Yeah.
But with like bowls, obviously, I want to be better than you. So it's like another person, like, say, that's like loads of experience and stuff like that, where I'm trying to, it'll push me more than playing against someone more experienced and better.
But you've also got like almost like a time frame then, right? Yeah. So you know at some point, like, you know, yes, you've got to be a little bit realistic with the times that you're in and whatever. But like, obviously, like, you look at Ewan is 17 or 18 now.
Yeah, something like that.
So, you know, he's obviously a couple of years older than you. He just got into that E-Series where you want to be. You're like, well, I want to try and get in a year below. Or if I'm in at the same time, I know I'm on track to be very similar, you know. So it's like, it's one of those things where, you've got the experience that you're going to try and be better at a younger age, which helps massively. Yeah. You're playing against all types of, like, you're playing from the beginners to the world class, all in the same kind of style, right? In the same kind of match. But you've also got that, like I said, that little bit of that calendar, if you will. You know, by this time he did it, so I want to either beat it or match it. You know?
Another thing, like, going back to football, obviously, because I've played all my life, like, but it's like with football now, because I've played for so long, I am getting a bit bored with it. Yeah. With bowls, it's kind of a new thing that I have, and I'm hungry with it. Well, I want it, like,
with bowls, there's always something more. Like football, you've got your league title. Yeah. There's very few individual awards. There's very few outside of that. You just go play in your league matches, and that's it. You either win the league or you don't.
Are you going to get to play for Wales?
Yeah.
Are you going to play in a, you know,
the odds are massive in football.
But with bowls, you can play. You've got 4 different disciplines. Yeah. Right, and then you've also got your club, your county, the Welsh,
open
tournaments. Yeah. You got your World Bowls tours and your qualifiers or whatever else they do that you can do on this. There's so much opportunity, and then once you've won one, what it's like, well, I either do it again and I got to try and defend it, which is another goal to have, or you've got another 7 different things you've got to try and compete.
I remember me and my brother, when I think we were a little bit younger than Ollie, I remember vividly going up to practice one night, and I said, right, I want to win all the county titles, I want to win all the Welsh titles, all British and all the world. Like, I was only like 13, but obviously, like you say, setting goals at a young age, obviously, and then you both go, I'm going to do that sort of thing. Yeah. And like, obviously it pushes you on and to want to progress and be the best you can be.
I remember a young man saying when he had a golf psychologist, and he said he wanted to be world champion.
World number one.
World number one. Now, the realistically is on golf, was that ever achievable? I don't know.
No.
However, in short mat, to be a world champion, is it realistic? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Can be, because there are how many world champions in short mat bowls in Wales?
Yeah, there's loads.
Everything is realistic if you work hard.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the reality of it. If you want to be a world champion,
the odds are a little bit less in
bowls. So obviously, it's obviously you've got less.
Well, I'd always say it's always 50-50. Yeah. You either do it or you don't.
Yeah, one thing I find that's like big with bowls now, which I think is really good, is like, say with football, you may play till you're maybe 30 in it. Maybe 40.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
25,
with
you'll
bowls,
be done.
You got people playing like 80s, maybe 90s if you're lucky and stuff. You're playing your whole life, in you.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing with sports like football and rugby and all that. Rugby you could probably play longer than a lot of people usually play longer than football. But football, you'll see a lot of people stop playing if they don't make it massively far with work and stuff. Like I said, it keep everything going in football early 20s. You'll see a lot of people drop out of football, or if they're lucky, late 20s. Yeah. You know, you get a couple of rugby boys who play on the weekends for a bit of fun, who keep up with their fitness. You know, your builders or your Yeah, they'll play into their 30s, but football you very rarely see many past late 20s.
Guys, we could sit here for hours and talk this because it's just a great conversation.
You're still in green, mind, I can see it.
I know, yeah, but we're really running tight in the end now.
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to say to you is, end of the year, myself and Matthew, me and you will have to get our heads together. We'll bring all the equipment down to the Grizzlies, and we'll do some sort of podcast, whatever, down at the hall. Have a bit of fun. Show some of the skills that some of the kids have got. Maybe Arlo will show us how to do it. And
he won't.
Yeah, well, he won't. No. And we'll come down and do that towards the end of the year. Of course, boys, thank you so much for coming, travelling up. And
driving questions to finish.
I don't know if we got time. If we get cut off, don't forget subscribe, like, follow us. Go on in. You going to make them up?
It might be. Do you want me to check first?
Yeah, go on then.
You can explain why this is happening. 5 minutes, we've got plenty of time.
Okay, so I'm not going to cut that out, mind.
Yeah, you are.
No, you didn't cut out all of my stuff.
That's fine.
That's all mine. The cameraman is obviously let me down.
We'll do 3 then.
3 driving questions. Go on, you making them up?
Ooh. Yeah, I'll make them up. This one's mainly for Ollie, though. You can answer, but this one is for Ollie. So, first question for you. Out of all of the disciplines, which one would you want to win first, nationals?
Probably pairs.
Okay. With him?
Yeah, because we already won the county one, didn't we?
Yeah.
To go into.
I thought he would have said singles. I thought he was.
I think it's more realistic though with the pairs, triples, and fours. I think it's a bigger chance of me winning one of them than it is singles at the moment.
Yeah. What about you? Well, I know you've won Worlds. Which one out the Worlds would you like to win?
Oh, well, all right.
Same question, but for Worlds.
Fours.
Okay.
Any reason why?
Well, missed out on it once in a final, but also maybe if we done well in the Welsh, and then obviously maybe the British, and then may have a crack at the Worlds.
And then the year after, the 4 of us will have to.
Yeah.
We've got to beat them boys from Tavern Spike because they've done well, haven't they?
We're coming fair this year.
Right, next one. If you could live stream any game that you could think of, and be obviously in charge of the live stream, commentating everything, what game would you like to live stream?
Oh wow! If it was possible, I'd love to live stream one of our county games, either West Glam against Swansea or West Glam against Pembroke, because for me, that is like a different level. It shows a different sort of way the bowls is played.
It's like a football stadium.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like one of the boys who played. Well, that's what really got you hooked in it. A couple of years ago, Ollie came up to watch, and obviously he played a little bit, and he was like, "Wow, he'd taken it back because it's quite rowdy, it's like
deceiving.
It's deceiving.
Well, I tell you what, because I can do it on my own now. You don't have to do it, and if I can, and I'm free, I'll come down and live stream one for you.
Yeah, live stream one of one of the county games sort of thing.
I'm not going to make a 100% promise, but if I can, I will. Okay.
It's up in Llandod, it'll be.
Oh, there we are then. We'll have to go to Llandod. Oh, no. Forget that. You'll have no Wi-Fi in Llandod. It's rubbish.
Right, similar question to you. Yeah. If you were live stream playing a game, what game would you like to be live stream playing?
What, they've already played or...
No, in the future, past, whatever. Whichever you feel like... Oh, if I was on camera for this game, what game would you want to be on camera for?
Probably a similar answer to
county.
Yeah, probably one.
I thought you were going to say your dad winning the 4s in the Worlds then.
You could give it all that. Winning pairs in internationals.
It's always big once in them, so.
And last question before we lose that.
Last question. Go-to takeaway.
Go-to takeaway.
Go-to takeaway.
Well, that's tip me off guard. I love an Indian, I do.
Go on in. What?
Indian.
What?
What from the Indian?
Yeah.
Chili garlic chili chicken with chips, sag rice, pashwari naan. Happy.
Well,
Domino's, Indian, Chinese.
Anything Dad pays for.
Yeah, the lot of them. Can't really go wrong with them.
There we are. Great way to finish. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed. Boys, thank you again.
Thank
It's
you
been
both.
a pleasure. We could sit here for another hour easy talking about this.
Of course,
Catch you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you.